Well, President Trump is proud to be the commander-in-chief of our United States military and has big plans to celebrate our service members.
We're going to have a big, beautiful parade.
A military parade?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We're going to celebrate our military. We have the greatest military in the world.
What's the price tag? Do you know?
Peanuts compared to the value of doing it. We have the greatest missiles in the world. We have the greatest submarines in the world. We have the greatest army tanks in the world. We have the greatest weapons in the world. And we're going to celebrate it.
Now, the 250th birthday of the United States Army is June 14th, and the parade is set for that day. And it also happens to be President Trump's birthday. Now, the liberal media are flipping out. They're not only suddenly concerned about wasteful spending, they're also comparing President Trump to a dictator.
We don't need a military parade. We don't need to spend millions or maybe hundreds of millions of dollars to do that. Strong men do that because they want to make their citizens cower.
There is this plan for the military/birthday parade. I'm curious, how do you think reporters should cover this?
Yeah, who do you think is paying for this?
I'm not interested in throwing a parade for you.
A lot of people looking at this and saying, you know, this is what dictators do.
And this is straight out of the authoritarian playbook.
In other countries that have experienced this kind of democratic backsliding or full-on transition to authoritarianism, have we similarly seen a rollback of the safety net, maybe to spend more money on propaganda like military parades?
This resembles more after there's been a coup.
Bill Hemmer, that was so hard to listen to.
Zingers there.
They're missing the point. The parade is not about President Trump. The parade is about the military, and it's for the patriots who want to thank them for putting their lives on the line for our freedoms.
Yeah, I think the military deserves it. It might even be good for recruiting, too. We've seen those numbers pop up. Most recently, the president talked. Remember when he went to Paris with Macron? Remember they were shaking each other's hands like 1,000 times a day? And the French had a military parade. He was so impressed by it. He came back and said, we need to do this. They explored it. They thought it was going to cost too money. They forgot about it. The difference this time is next summer, it's going to be a celebration of America all summer long, 250 on July 4th. I mean, let's go. With regard to the cost, I don't like it. I think it'll cost
45 million,
maybe $20 million
is what our team is saying.
So I mean, if it's 45, I don't like it. The reality is we just lost an F-18 in the Red Sea, and it's $66 million new. The second one in the last 2 weeks. So I don't like the cost, but I think it's going to be quite the moment. In the National Mall in Washington, D.C., everybody was like, oh, the NFL draft is going there. It's going to look awesome. Well, this is going to look awesome, too, with fireworks and a great celebration for America. Trump's going to get hit on this because it's his birthday also, but coming this 3 weeks before July 4th, I think it'll be quite a moment, and we should all check it out.
So cost estimates are between 25 and 45. Kaylee, you worked closely at the president's hand his first term. Talk to us about what message this sends and the contrast of this message between now and the prior administration and how the military was sort of viewed by them.
Yeah, Bill gives great context about the Macron interaction. I recall President Trump talking about how impressed he was with that French display, and he wanted to bring it here. It's about American pride for him and celebrating our military, and that's the motive behind this, which is why the sound bites you played, Emily, I just couldn't believe some of them. And I was thinking to myself, if I'm James Carville watching this, and I've told the Democratic Party, play dead, play possum, I interpret that as pick your moments of outrage. They went from, threat to democracy, existential, end of the republic rhetoric with Biden to now coup and authoritarianism. Really, we're going there? Well, the Democratic Party, they've chosen to be an outrage machine at a time when there is outrage fatigue in this country. They can roll the dice on that, but I just think people are fed up with the authoritarianism coup language.
Right, because celebrating July 4th is only for half the country.
And it's such a predictable playbook at that point. I mean, I might be the youngest on the couch here. I do remember 2018, though. I remember the outrage. All of the comments were the exact same back then. And you know what? I moved to D.C. in 2019, shortly after graduating college. And I was there for the 4th of July when Donald Trump put on a really big 4th of July spectacle that year as well. And it wasn't the full-on military parade, but I remember the military flyover. I remember there was a tank there. And, you're standing there, and it's inspiring. It's not intimidating. At least it's not if you love America, you enjoy watching this country flex its muscles and display its strength. And that attitude is what the American people voted for in November. And by the way, that's the exact same attitude that our men and women in uniform have. I say this as someone whose brother has proudly served in the Navy. This is exactly the kind of pro-America spirit that our troops are looking for from their commander-in-chief. So maybe that is why there's a 15-year high in recruitment recently.
Also, to that point, they're never going to be happy. I remember Fleet Week in law school when fighter jets flew overhead and, people grumbling next to me because it was San Francisco saying, what a waste of fuel. So no matter what, they're never going to be happy, but might as well support our military now, Harris.
So this is the first branch that will celebrate their birthday this year. And the 250 is, for the Army. And then you have the rest of the branches of the military, except for Space Force, of course, in the fall. And having grown up on Army bases, I can tell you that this is never overplayed. Like, my heart is there for the idea of celebrating. I wish we could celebrate them all together. Like, maybe we just have all of this on July 4th.
Maybe we're giving them an idea.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to leave anybody out. They'll have 6,000 soldiers at this point. And if my parents were still alive, I know my dad would want to be there. Yeah. So I have a lot of pride for America. And I think, Kayleigh, when you did see those fighter jets going overhead for that celebration in his first term, it was incredible. So we all have that patriotism burning inside. I pray for military families because I want to make sure they get everything they need. So when I hear about the price tag going up to $45 million, starting at about 25, as Emily mentioned, I think about the things that people need in our armed forces and the support for those families. This will make them feel special, and they deserve to feel that way, those who have fought, currently fighting, and their families. I also want us to remember the families in that moment and celebrate them too.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kayleigh McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.